I think it depends on the guys, but I mean, it's a known, excuse me, well, I feel like it's a known fact that women tend to mature faster than guys.
Not a fact.
Women tend to mature faster than men, okay? Faster than guys. If it's not a fact, it need to be a fact. Welcome
to the J and O show,
where we talk about
things that we were never told. I'm Jay.
And I'm O.
And now you know.
If you guys are new to our channel, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on your post notifications so you can know when we upload, because you never want to miss an episode. Also, if you guys have topics that you would like for us to bring to you, please put them below in the comment section and write hashtag next show. So that way we can easily filter through and bring you topics that you want. Okay? All right.
Indeed.
Yes. So today, what we talking about, babe?
Marriage talk on the first date. Yeah, I feel like you should be like, dun, dun, dun. Because for the longest, that was a big... Oh, hell no. No. Mm-hmm. They're like, if you want to scare the man off, girl, you don't talk about no marriage on no first date now, because you're going to scare him off. He ain't going to want to stay.
That's it. I'm out of here.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think that was a point that was, I don't know.
Because the mentality is that women had to finesse men into marriage. There was a finesse.
So is that not true?
You had to finesse men into marriage.
Is that not true?
No.
No?
Well, it sort of depends on the type of guy you want.
I'm saying it depends on me.
The type of guy you want.
Okay.
If you okay with a guy that's finessing the man, you just want to have this guy, this particular guy, and it got to be him, and you trying to finesse him, then you're going to deal with everything that comes with trying to finesse a man into marriage.
Okay.
It's a lot, and it's just a lot of bullshit. I'll just be honest with you. Your time could be better spent. And with a high divorce rate, you might want to second think that.
Yeah.
If you don't want to get married, then let him stay single. And you go find somebody that want to be married.
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
He doing you a favor.
Yeah.
Just keep it moving.
Yeah.
But anywho. Okay, so I guess maybe we can share our experience.
Yes. We surely can.
Okay, so we can share our experience.
We surely can.
It's kind of funny though, because like we didn't really date.
Bruh.
Like go out on a date.
Yeah, that's never been... That's true.
Yeah.
We never really was like
we
going
never
out on a date type people.
Yeah. Even though I guess technically the things that we did would be considered dates, but it's weird. We just never really classified or considered them dates.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. So long story short, even though there was some discrepancy as to how we first met, some discrepancy. But we met. I think we told some of the story before, if not the whole thing. We met through our parents. You know, we started hanging out, and it was me and my brother and her brothers and her sister sometimes, and best friend. It was just a whole bunch of us. We was all hanging. We was all hanging out. We were chilling, and it became a every week type of thing, like every Saturday. And we were all hanging, and then she and I started liking each other. And then I think we went over the whole how we got together the first time, then we broke up. Took 7 years, and then we came back. But when we came back, it was like we just started calling each other. Like we were keeping in touch throughout the 7 years, you know, every couple of months with, you know, a little phone call. But one of these times we were having a phone call, and it was I'm so tired. that was really what it was. Yeah,
we were both at that point where we're just like, you know what? I'm just tired of dating.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Because, you know, being, you know, in relationship, being out of relationship, and just everything that goes into it, like, you know, getting to know somebody, having to go through that whole process all over again, finding out their quirks, different things they like and they don't like, and just everything that basically all that involves.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I was away at school at the time. I was in college, and he was in college too. But I was like away from home, out of state, and I was just to the point where I was just like, you know, I was fed up. Like, there was guys that I was, you know, talking to in college or what have you, but it wasn't anything serious. And I just felt like maybe it was just the guys that I was seeing at the time. And actually, let me back up. I think this is kind of going off on something else that we want to talk about, but I also think it has something to do with the age as well too, because the guys that I were talking to were around my age, maybe a year older or the same age or what have you, and I do think that that makes a difference. So, but I'll just leave that at that.
It depends
for
on
there.
the guy.
Yeah, I think it depends on the guys, but I mean, it's a known, excuse me, well, I feel like it's a known fact that women tend to mature faster than guys.
Not a fact.
Women tend to mature faster than men. Okay, faster than guys. If it's not a fact, it need to be a fact. We can see it with even our, well, anyway.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Don't count.
But yeah, women tend to mature faster than guys, and I think that the thing
I'm gonna legit look that up one day.
Yeah.
Like seriously, because you hear it, but in what we've been learning lately,
I've
so
seen it like
much-
literally all throughout my life.
No, and what we've been learning lately,
Mm-hmm.
so much of what we just assumed or what we were taught
True is not
has
necessarily the
not
case.
necessarily been true, and we also have to understand the treatment of men and women is very different as well. So is it a men mature faster or men are taught differently?
You
Are
mean-
they have different expectations than women do? This is not what this video is about. But but her doing that actually made me go, you know what, I should look that up. So I'm gonna look that up.
We'll look it up.
I think that's
And
that's good.
If we look that up, we'll make sure we put that information in here. for you
Yeah,
guys,
I think that's cool.
But
cool.
anywho, yeah, so I just think that, well, I feel as though that had a part to play with it. We were just in different places. My mindset was different.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've always been the type of person to want to be in a relationship. Like, I've always wanted to have companionship. So I was never really the type to be like dating just to be dating for dating's sake, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I've always been intentional in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've always wanted to find the one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
And same for me. I was searching. I wasn't. I was definitely not in the space of I'm just dating you to date you.
Mm-hmm.
I was not in the space of I'm just trying to hit it, just trying to smash. I'm just passing the time. Every girl that I dated, I mean, there was of course attraction and interest just naturally, but it was also I was checking you out from day one, where there was communicated that we had interest in each other. I was checking you out. I'm just letting you know.
what do you mean checking me out?
No, well, I didn't mean just you. I mean
No, I
every
know.
girl.
But what do you mean checking?
Oh, what I mean by checking you
Yeah.
out? I was seeing how you handled pretty much every situation in which we found ourselves.
Okay.
How you would handle it, how you were moving, what your mindset was. Could we talk? Were you just super emotional? We couldn't have conversations. All of that stuff mattered to me, because if we couldn't conversate and problem solve and stuff like that, and there wasn't a certain amount of attraction, I would pretty soon end the relationship once I figured that out. It wasn't always the easiest thing for me to pick up on. I'm not even gonna act like I was just going through and just like she ain't right next. It wasn't like that. Like sometimes it took me time, because you had to get past the infatuation stage of the relationship where your emotions are super high,
Right.
and you're just excited all the time and they can do no wrong. So I did have to get through those stages, and then once I got past them though, I had my eyes wide open. I wasn't allowing myself to just be so caught up in emotions that I didn't see who a person was. And once I saw who you were, if I felt like something was off, or there was just something there that I didn't think that I could deal with long term, I would soon end the relationship. I would feel bad, it would suck and all types of stuff, but I always was looking for a wife. I guess thank my mama. I don't know. I can't even be like, I know where it came from. I guess thank my mama, because we didn't have a lot of those type of conversations for me to be like, I definitely got it from my mother, so I don't know what the heck was going on with me. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, whatever it is, I'm happy.
Yeah. So anyway, the story, because we started the story, didn't finish it.
Yeah.
So we started talking to each other and was just like, okay, I'm sick of this. And she was like, me too. Or maybe she said it and then I was like, me too. Whatever. But we were both in the same page, and we were like, oh man, so how did it go after that? Was it like a would we consider getting back together type of conversation?
It was more like I wonder what if.
What if?
What would have, or yeah, what
So
what if we never broke up, or what if we were got back together? It was sort of along those lines.
So did we start seeing now? I'm depending on her memory, y'all, because my memory is just not great with all these things with the details. So after we started being like, okay, what if? Did it become a how would this work if we were to try again type of thing? Did it just go there? I'm literally asking her. You see how crazy this is?
Well, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the specifics. I think it was after some, because it took some time for us to get to that. Like we had, several conversations.
We were talking, we were talking for a while before that conversation came up.
Yeah,
Like
it was
months,
several
actually.
months. Yeah.
We were in months.
Yeah, with several months we had those conversations, and it just got to a point where it was just like, okay, well, we've been doing all this talking. It's time to put some action around the talking.
Yeah,
basically.
And back then I didn't know that if you had a friend, that they weren't really just a friend. I didn't know that. I thought that men and women in their 20s could just be friends, and that was it. And ain't nobody catching feelings, and ain't nothing going on.
For real.
I didn't know that back then. So I didn't read, there must be some interest at first. I know. So we were talking, and I was just talking. And to be honest, at first I wasn't necessarily thinking about it, because I think when we started talking, it was like a slow progression. It was like once a month, twice a month, 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Dang near every night. And it was just like a slow progression, and it just got more and more like that. And I remember that part. And then that's when it was just like, yo, what are we doing? And I know I was very, well, ain't nothing happening because you way down there and I'm way up here. I didn't do long distance relationships. I didn't believe in them. It just wasn't how I moved. So I was like, well, as long as you live in that state and I live in this state, we single. That's pretty much how I was. And then when we got together, we sort of made it, I'm trying to remember the exact phrase she used. Well, she was just like, I'm not coming up there just to come date somebody, just to let you know.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah, basically, because, we were talking, and, it was all cute and everything at first. Yeah. But, it got serious.
Well, I mean, she moved states, so it would get serious.
Yeah, because I'm like, you doing all this talking and everything like that. I'm like, that's cute and all, but I'm not relocating and moving to a different state for us to just be chatting it up. Like, I need to know basically what your intentions are. And I made it very clear from the get-go. But also, it was a lot of praying about it too. Yeah, I prayed about it, and I asked the Lord for I was very specific. I asked for certain things, and it was actually laid out for me to make the transition as smooth as it can possibly go. And it was out of left field. I really wasn't expecting for it to happen the way that it did, but it did. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I guess that was my cue. I mean, I basically told him, I'm like, well, if you want me, you better come get me. And he did. So that's basically how that happened. But I think it's important that when you are dating and that you want to be married, that you want to be in a committed relationship, you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with the person, because you don't want to waste your time and you don't want to waste their time. So I don't think it's anything wrong with being upfront from the gate and letting them know basically what your expectations are. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that you gotta be, forceful about it per se, but it's a way in which you can have a conversation when you're getting to know someone. So these are the things that you would talk about, like, where do you see yourself in the next however many years? Do you see us, what I'm saying? What does your life look like? How do you envision there's ways in which you can go about getting the information that you need to see whether or not you need to stay and go on a second, third, fourth, or whatever date, or if you just need to cut it off. Because if you're talking to the person and there's no type of picture of them with a family or them being married or in a relationship, then you need to go. Right. Deuces, if you know that that's what you want. And I think that that's what's most important when you are out there dating, is that you're dating intentionally.
Yeah, I think that was a good ending right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there it is.
Yes.
Yes. So yes, you should definitely talk about marriage on the first date if that's what you want. And if it scares them off, cool.
Good. Let them go.
I mean, maybe y'all get back together when they back in that mind space, but
Yeah.
you
It'll save you a lot.
you go through a lot
heartache.
of damage trying to get somebody to be married that don't really want to be, even if it's just they're not ready yet.
Yeah, which is very possible. I mean, some people, they just
Yeah.
may not be ready, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's totally okay.
But you have to be okay with
Yes.
that. Like, if you're okay with waiting, then you do. Ooh, maybe we're gonna have to make a part 2.
Oh, well, she just got an idea.
Yeah.
All right, Cal. She got an idea. We gonna see where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Until next time. Peace.
Press the off button.
Idiom Sounds.